everyone, it has been a little while since I've made a video on the channel. It's probably nearing 3 weeks by the time this is released, but I'm here to record a pretty cool video for you guys, and I think it will be worth the wait. Before I hop into anything, I want to thank you all for the support. Even though I haven't been uploading recently, I'm still getting comments, new subscribers, so welcome all of you to the channel, and I'm glad you could all join us. So today, I'm going to be covering the 0 point and the future of everything related to it. So I'm going to be discussing a picture that you've probably seen in the thumbnail by now. But yeah, so we're going to hop into it right after this quick message. What was my message? Wait, what was my message? Dang. Oh, I know. I've been preparing a lot for 10K stuff, so when we reach 10K, it won't be another long wait until we have a special for 10K subscribers. So yeah, that's what I've been working on recently. I've also had a lot of schoolwork, so I've been just trying to slip in videos and stuff every here and there, and I kind of forgot to focus on videos for you guys to watch in the meantime. So I'm back now. I'm gonna make sure I'm focused. I get some videos out for you guys now for you guys to watch. So there'll be this one, and then my next video, if everything goes according to plans, will be about a cool concept that some people have had before, but my friend kind of laid it out for me in some custom images that he made. So it's going to be really cool, and I cannot wait to show you guys that in the next video. So we're going to hop straight into it. We are going to be talking about this picture today. Now, a lot of you, and I mean a lot of you, probably have no idea what this is or where you've seen this. You probably haven't seen it either. This was Donald Mustard's banner on Twitter the first day Season 5 was released, and then he took it down the very next day. So he only had it up for like 1 or 2 days, so barely enough people could see it, and then he took it down. So for people who don't have Twitter, Donald Mustard is, or are not informed about Donald Mustard is the chief creative director at Epic Games. He's in charge of the storyline and all that stuff, and he's always changing his location and posting cryptic tweets and stuff for us to help figure out the story. But yeah, so he had this as his banner for a few days, and I think along with it, he had the location, the bridge. Now, all of these theories I'm going to be covering today do not talk about this being a picture of the bridge in any way. The bridge was mentioned in one of the Seven's tapes a while back in Season X, but I do not think this is the bridge, nor it has anything to do with his location. Because he did change this shortly after, and his location is still the bridge. So I have a few stretches and a few theories that are pretty backed up by evidence on what this image could be, and I'm going to be covering them all for you. Leave your theories in the comment section down below. I would love to hear them, and I may even make a revisited video on this image and talk about all of the theories you guys have given me. So the first theory is that this could be a really high detail screenshot of the Galactus live event when he ripped the 0 point out of the ground, because the only kind of evidence we have of this is because of how powerful the 0 point looks in this image, and the rocks floating on the left and the right. And in the Galactus event, we had some rocks floating too when the 0 point was freshly ripped out of the ground. But something that kind of debunks that is the rest of the theories make, 1, a lot more sense. 2, if the live event was this detailed and this like crazy, like cinematic looking, it probably would have crashed a lot of players, especially Nintendo Switch. I don't think this is definitely the Galactus event at all, especially because my friend MK Starfighter on Twitter pointed out that these rocks on the left and the right are duplicated. It's the exact same rock, but flipped and tilted to the right. So it seems that this was kind of a layered image. They probably made this in Photoshop or something, because the first thing you can see is, you know, we have the first layer, we got the 0 point orb, then we have all the energy coming off of it, add some smoke to the left and the right, then put one of those rock pieces on the left, and then duplicate it, switch it over to the right, because you can see they're clearly duplicated. They are the same. So I think that kind of debunks the Galactus event theory 1, but I did just kind of want to throw that out there just in case anybody had any more evidence to try and relate that. The second one I want to be talking about is how this could be an image of the 0 point after maybe it overloads of what it's been doing this season. So if you do not know, this season, John Jones has been just basically going across the island, not across the island, he's been dimension hopping and bringing hunters from all different realities to the island to make sure no one escapes the loop. All he tells them is cause chaos. He doesn't tell them anything else except to just cause chaos on the island. No rules, no anything, just chaos. And that's basically what they're told to do. And I know this because PokeSkull pointed out on Twitter also that Lexa's one of her voice lines or something, or dialogues for her challenges, was just cause chaos. That's all it was. Is that Jones told us to only cause chaos, and I think this fits. And it was like the challenge was to just destroy cars or something. So basically, cause chaos on the island. That's basically what the hunters are there to do. But he's ripping open these portals with this gun that he has. He has this rift gun. He goes to a dimension. This is how he brings them to the island. He goes to the dimension. He like clicks a button on that rift. The little rift inside of the rift-to-go gun thing spins a ton. Then it opens up a portal to the island. The 0 point, in return, or simultaneously, is opening a portal too. It's extending one of its tendrils to the ground, opening up a portal on the island too. And then obviously they step through the portal, and then that's done. They're there. But I feel like the 0 point is opening up too many portals. We have 4 on the island as it is: Terminator, Predator, Walking Dead, and Marvel. But there's like 4, 5 more leaked portals this season, and that might not even be it, because we're only halfway through the season. We already have 4. We could totally have like 8 more maybe, but it is more likely we'll have 4 to 5. But that's even like almost 10 portals that this 0 point is powering, opening up to other dimensions. It's very, very possible that this 0 point is going to be overwhelmed with power completely and just explode. Now, the reason I even bring this up is because, 1, 0 point looks very powerful in this picture, like I said before. It's cracking slightly like it, normally is. 2, it has that one beam of, or like, I forget what you call it, but it's kind of like layered. You see those lines that coming off of it shooting towards the front of the camera, kind of swiping to the right. They're right in front of the camera, you can see them. But those right there look exactly like the things in game that are opening up the portals. I'm feeling like that is showing one of the portals. It's like, shooting off, and it's kind of representing the 0 point powering so many portals, and it's just kind of becoming too powerful, and it may end up exploding or doing something crazy like that again. I can imagine the trailer for Season 6, Jonesy arrives onto the island after bringing a hunter, and then he looks up at the 0 point orb, and it starts to just crack and explode, and he says something like, "Oh, not again," and then it just goes boom or something. I feel like that'd be pretty cool. And then, so yeah, that's kind of my theory for this one. It looks really interesting, but I have a few more theories too. Another friend of mine, Matthew, pointed out that this could be a totally new 0 point altogether. Like, obviously this 0 point in the picture we're looking at is going to be the same one as the 0 point we have in-game currently, but this could be a new 0 point from Chapter 1. Along with the black hole rearranging the matter of the island and turning it into a new island, it's very possible that the 0 point itself rearranged its matter too. This is the new orb. It's 1, a ton bigger. We can already see that. 2, it looks noticeably different. It has all those like weird loops connecting to it and all of that jazz, and those like weird floaty orbs around it. Like, it's just totally different. 3, it has new abilities. It can open up portals to the island from different dimensions. And 4, it doesn't shoot us out, or it doesn't like rift us into the sky like the other 0 point did. The other 0 point seemed to be a little bit smaller, less powerful, a little bit more stable maybe too, if we want to stretch that far, because it was connected to the island. It was able to rift you into the sky directly above it. This shoots you directly out of it. It's like locked. It says no. It doesn't let you escape. So I think that's very interesting that this 0 point orb is not letting you escape. It kind of shoots you through this weird tunnel like it's trying really hard, then it shoots you out the opposite side and doesn't let you do anything. It doesn't let you escape. So I don't know if this was any tampering to do with the Order or anything like that, but that leads me into a quick little explanation of what the Order has been up to with the 0 point. So I'm going to quickly take this chance to explain to you guys what could be going on with the Order and how they're controlling the 0 point orb, and maybe why it's locked. So as we know in the trailer, the 0 point is not in the 0 point room anymore. It got sucked out by Galactus. So it is theorized that that orb was floating in that 0 point room, kind of chilling in there, and that was, that was the room. They controlled it. They were able to mess with it and stuff. Now they got to jump through this giant hole to the bottom of the ground in order to access it. But it seems to still work. So Jonesy walks up into this little device sitting in front of the gaping hole, which was before, like I said, it was just sitting in front of the 0 point. Basically what we have here is a little device that connects to these little Kevin shards. He types a few things, a few machines at the very top work, and it like crystallized Kevin kind of slides over and closes it all off and shoots a beam of purple light down the hole, shoots it all the way down into the 0 point and activates it. That's what I think is happening. It's just activating the portal to the 0 point. And I say portal to the 0 point as in like it activates the 0 point so it can be used as a portal, you know, shooting through dimensions, transporting, all that stuff. Basically, these little Kevin panels and stuff that are all like shooting the energy out, like we saw all those Kevin panels and stuff in the trailer. We also saw little crystallized purple shards on the sides of the hole too. It seems that whatever light was shot down the hole was definitely related to Kevin somehow, and that these purple Kevin shard panels are able to control the orb to unlock it, basically. So the 0 point's locked, right? We can assume that it's locked right now. But if the Order somehow were to want to reopen that hole, because right now it's covered in sand, if the Order wanted to reopen the hole, all they had to do was just send that light down the hole that reactivates it with that Kevin energy, and it can be used again. So I think that's a very interesting thought we should keep in mind when we're talking about the 0 point, is that Kevin, they've found a way to use Kevin the Cube's power to harness the 0 point and how to use it. So that's pretty cool. They've also had a lot of time to work on it since they've been down under the ground for this entire past year while we've just been chilling at the top of the surface with Ghost and Shadow. So yes, so now that we got that out of the way, Kevin the Cube can power the 0 point, or at least these shards of Kevin can. What would happen if the 0 point became too unstable? Like too unstable from opening all of these portals and maybe getting to the point where it's too powerful and it's kind of cracking a lot, just like this picture that we see right now, and that it's overwhelmed with power. It seems that maybe the Order would have to bring in the big guns, the cube itself. That means they'd have to bring in the cube itself to actually stabilize the 0 point, to save the island, or to just keep the loop intact. I can totally imagine all of these portals stressing or straining the 0 point orb, and the Order having to bring in the cube to stop that from happening. The last theory I have is basically that this could be what the 0 point orb looks like inside of the in-between Season X dimension that we saw. It's basically that big, floaty, smoky area with purple fog that Jonesy was floating around. This, you can see on the left side, we can see that same purple fog and stuff floating around in this space that it's in. This really does strongly remind me of the place that Jonesy was in the Season X trailer, and maybe, just maybe, this could be the return of that dimension. Maybe we could end up being sent through that and floating through it ourselves for this season's live event. So, those are all the theories I have based off of this picture right here. I think it's very interesting to keep in mind, and it could also be a cinematic for Season 6 trailer, but who knows at this point. I hope you all enjoyed. This has been my takedown of this picture, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, keep it reaping.